get to starting lineups first for Chicago. Starting interim manager Ella Massar. It is 2 changes from their last match, but the headline
to help try to break down this 3-4-3 formation for Bay FC. And really, I think it's going to look like a 3-5-2 with Bodie playing in a false 9, helping Conti and Bibar centrally. But they're going to, we just heard from Montoya, Hawking, Kunananji, can they find them in space and beyond?
That'll be the idea, to play direct at times while also holding their possession. As we welcome you inside SeatGeek Stadium as we begin our NWSL and CBS doubleheader with Chicago Stars hosting Bay FC.
To have the leadership of Nair in the back has helped.
The interchange down that right side. The cross will come in for Schlegel and left for Grosso on the turn. Grosso denied by Silkowitz. Makes a fantastic save. The window open there for the Chicago midfielder.
He knew who Jordan Silkowitz was. And yet now, midway through the season, she has proven that she is a top-class goalkeeper in this league. This is great footwork for her to get over and across. Just gets that outstretched right hand on this shot because Grosso had a lot. But one of the things Masser wants is her to be another field player with the ball at her feet. But that's going to create some of those types of plays in moments. She ends up recovering well, but can she be good as she plays out of the back and be bold at moments too?
Some play through this midfield and Schlegel getting it out wide, cross sent in and will just come flying through. Malum got well forward there from left back, but not quite coming off there for Jenna Pike. Jordan Silkowitz, her first year as a professional starter. She's been a reserve in NWSL, joined the club initially via trade from Kansas City, but has taken on that #1 role and done a terrific job with it. Well headed on here. Bike is threatening, and here's a chance rather for Schlegel. Schlegel! Firing it into that side netting. She's got 2 goals this season.
In this field in general, having played here as a player, it's difficult to play at because it's so big. It's either really windy or really hot, and it can slow the game down. So which team does a better job of managing that? Because you got to keep the ball on the ground, be a little bit more aggressive in how you pass.
Well, controlled by Kuika, now the cross coming in and volleyed away. Well handled there, that near post from Melanson. Kuika. An idea there for the combination play. Sends it back through that area towards Grosso. But again, Bay FC doing that defensive work. Well controlled on that far side and running into trouble there. Was Hawking, and now Kunananji can get running. And this is where Chicago defenders might get a little scared. Kunananji with 2. Rachel Kunananji slid across. The first time strike is saved by Nair from Rachel Hill. Side. Another look at this counterattack for Bay.
And there's the numbers, right? It's a 3v2. Great decision by Kunananji to play it across. I think if there is a little bit faster of a pass, it makes it easier for Hill. She doesn't have to slow down and backtrack slightly. But how about this from Nair? She ends up saving it with her knees, falling towards the far post, making sure that she does everything to keep.
Season, just 2 points from their first 7 games in this building. Just glancing off the head there of Kuika. Throwing for Hawking. Neat combination play down that left. Huff into Hawking and Kunananji. Neat pass in combination with Bodie. Kunananji stings it into side netting.
Trying just to help the team in that way.
I love that. I'm sure they love hearing from you, Mal, with all the experience you have, but it feels like fashion is having its moment in sports right now, and one of the things we wanted to talk to you about is you get to do a little designing and work with Army on this new brand, this new line. Hold on 1 second, Mal.
Kunananji with the cutback, and the effort is deflected wide. Tess Bodie arriving in the area, but sharp defending in that penalty box there from Kuika, or rather from Malum, and it does go out for a corner.
You get a real insight into live TV, right? And all the work it takes. Right? But how's it been? What have you liked about this process?
Yeah, it's been fun. Obviously with this jacket, I think the Army collaboration is really cool with the league and just in sports in general. I think obviously it says be all you can be, and I think that really resonates with not only like athletes, but obviously Army soldiers, and I think that can resonate with a lot of people.
On that back post, that volley goes in, and it's going to be a goal here for Bay FC. Sorry, Mallory, as Taylor Huff gets the goal. Back-to-back games with a goal for Huff after getting her first professional goal last week. And Bay on the board, they lead by a goal to nil.
No matter if she's on the field, she's going to find a way. And look at all by herself on the far post. Nobody even close to her. And somehow Meg's two players, Maitane and Alyssa Nair, but so much attention to the near post. Kuika ends up flicking it, and it lands straight to Huff. And sometimes you just have to know the spaces to protect the back post, not let anything through. Great work by Huff. And it sets Bay up in the first half in this game. On the road, a big-time goal from Taylor Huff.
And what a moment. Melanson. Kuninachi. Just want to at least get a piece of it.
Some acrobatics.
Well recovered, though, in midfield.
Bibar has been so wise to that pass straight to the front line that she's been able to pick it off a couple of different times.
That time, though, shifty feet from Maitana to prevent Bibar from winning it back. Ludmila emerging with it. Taking a strike on from long distance, and it actually turned into a pass towards Malum, but it did run out of play. Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern, there's more footy as the New York Red Bulls take on Philadelphia Union in the U.S. Open Cup quarterfinals. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+. That match was rescheduled. There was a significant rain delay, so it'll be replayed on Wednesday before the Open Cup semifinals next month. Final in October.
Yeah, unfortunately, the field looked like a swimming pool the day they were supposed to play.
Philadelphia's usually good for one of those a year. As this is strong challenge high up the pitch. And a chance here for Shea Groom. Still Groom trying to walk it in and places it in the corner as Chicago have responded through Shea Groom.
Celebration, but a great little flick here in the work to get beyond the first defender. And then look, she just sizes Didasco up, makes her make a decision because she's just stuttering, keeping it at her feet. And it's this little shimmy right here that's fake that gets Didasco to reach, and then she goes right through her legs. I love this from Shea Groom, a player they need to step up. This formation fits her perfectly, and she finds the back of the net in a really good time to equalize before half.
Second goal of the season for Shea Groom, who just took so much time, but does incredibly well to slide it into that corner.
That's the thing that I would be working on with Ludmila is she gets into these advanced spaces, and now with this different formation, players are more around her, but can that final pass be better?
Here's Bodie with a couple of options, including Hawking, and leaving it there for Taylor Huff. And it's spilled there by Nair, eventually poked away. Huff looking for her second of the game.
This is a great dribble by Bodie. I don't know if Hawking meant to leave it or not, but the pace that Huff puts on it makes it so difficult with the rain that just fell for Nair to take it cleanly. That little bounce right before it hits Nair. She's probably thinking,
to run freely into that penalty area and slot it beyond Silkowitz. As you get now to halftime, your score at the break is Chicago 1, Bay FC 1. Occasionally incredibly windy, occasionally rainy, but still a decent afternoon for soccer as we got the second half going between Chicago and Bay. And again, as a reminder, another game to come after this one. Will this be the first time for either of these two teams? Play between the lines, but intercepted there by Bibar, and Bay looking to go quickly. Bibar in plenty of space. Here's Hannah. Bibar! Ooh, only just wide.
Hunting, picking the ball off, and now she gets to join the attack. So much space on the right side for Bibar to open up, and she's eyeing that far post. It doesn't miss by much. It's good patience for Bay to let Chicago have.
Playing towards that middle, but right at Gomes, who lifts to safety, and there is the full-time whistle. These two sides will have to share the spoils as it finishes Chicago 1, Bay 1.